everybody, it's Barb coming to you from the western suburbs of Chicago. Today I'm going to make violet syrup, and to do that I am going to collect some flowers from my backyard, sift through the petals, and make a simple syrup once I get in the house with sugar, lemons, and the flower petals. All right, here are our sweet little violets. I'm going to show you how you can pick the flowers. So they're quite tiny. So you're going to just slide your fingers up the stem, and you're just going to pull at the base, at this bulbous base of the stem, or of the flower at the tip of the stem, and then collect the flower and just put it in a bowl. I already have maybe a cup and a half of flowers here. Our goal is to collect at least 4 cups worth. All right, now we are back in the house warming up, looking at our material here that we've collected, and we have at least 5 handfuls or 4 cups of flower petal material. And what we're going to do now is debris the flowers. Then we're going to make a tea of sorts of the petals. We're going to boil some water, let the water cool for up to 10 minutes, and then pour that over the flowers that we have cleaned or debrided. Then we're gonna let it sit for 24 hours. That way we will be able to extract the gorgeous color that we want, along with some of the flavor of the essential oils that are actually captured in the flower petals themselves. So what we're going to do is just go through little by little, and we really just want the petals, but if we get this sepal, this part of the flower that is at the base, see this? That bulbous area that we were talking about outside, it's called the calyx. And the calyx is, when you roll it through your finger, you can feel it's this little nubby bulbous spot at the base of the flower. And as long as the calyx isn't any bigger than the actual flower itself, it's okay to leave it attached. So you can just snip the stem off. In the meantime, you're also, just want to be mindful of taking out any needles, any long stems, or leaves that might be in the mixture. So now that the flowers have been debrided, I have picked up 4 big handfuls of petals, and I've made 4 piles. So this is the amount that we're going to use for one batch, and this is a glass container filled with another 4 handfuls. So we're going to actually be able to make 2 batches, so that is really great news. So I have boiled my water, and it sat for about 8 minutes. And I'm going to pour enough water to cover my flowers. If you boil your water in a pot, you can just leave them or add them to the pot of water, and you're going to want to have about 1.5 cups of water for your flowers. Then, because I want to make 2 batches, I'm just going to make sure that all of my flowers have the water over top of them, that they have a chance to get really hot here. And again, we don't want them to cook. You're going to smell kind of a very earthy smell. That's the calyx. And then you'll start to smell that undertone of the actual flower petals. All right, and we're just going to let this sit for 24 hours. All right, now we're ready to get the process started to make our violet syrup. We have all of our ingredients assembled that we'll need. We have our flour mixture that has been steeped overnight in water, sugar, lemon, and then little jars to put the syrup in after. So at the moment, what we need to get this process started with is a double boiler or a bain Marie. Now, I have neither, so we're going to improvise. So what I've done is I've pulled out a little stock pot. I put my first batch of flour tea mixture in a Pyrex glass measuring cup. And because I'm trying to create that double boiler effect and I don't want this glass sitting on the base of the pot, I'm going to put in just one of the little rings from my jars in the bottom of my pot and then set this on top. Once I do that, I'm going to add some hot water to the pot, and then to this mixture I'm going to add the sugar. Now I had 4 nice handfuls of flowers, so that's going to be anywhere from 3 to 4 cups worth. We measured out just about 4 cups worth of flowers. We put about 1 cup and a quarter of water on top of the flowers. So I'm going to start by putting 1.5 cups of sugar in this mixture. We want all of the sugar to dissolve. If it dissolves quickly, then I know the water can take on more of the sugar, and we'll start adding sugar by 1/4 cup. Okay, so now we've added 1 cup and 3/4 sugar. So I'm gonna add 1 more 1/4 cup and see if that dissolves, and we should have just a beautiful syrup going here. So we're gonna do 1 more 1/4 cup. You can hear that there's a gentle boil going, and you can probably hear the bubbling of the water in this makeshift double boiler here. We're gonna just let this dissolve, let it sit for about 5 minutes, and then we will strain it, assess our color, and decide whether or not to add 1 drop at a time of lemon to enhance the purple coloring. Okay, so now we're standing over the bowl of the violet syrup, and I have a small bowl here that has a little bit of lemon juice in it. And I'm honestly just taking this tiny teaspoon and I'm just going to add 1 drop at a time to see if we can change the color. That's 1 drop, 2, 3. I think I want to stir that. All right. Okay, so here's our end result. Our syrup packed up here in some really convenient recyclable jars that I just had on hand in the house. Meantime, have fun using your syrup to make things from cocktails with gin or vodka to cookies like macaroons or meringues. You can also use it over ice cream, pour it on your pancakes, pour it over berries, and enjoy the whole activity.